Hello and we are live. Ever feel like food cost is eating away at your profits? It's time to flip the script and let's take control. Hello again. My name is Christian. I'm the host of the Disruptive Chef Entrepreneur Show. Welcome to today's show. And we hear so much about food costs. So today, I want to share my experience of food cost and how you can master food cost control in today's restaurant industry. Again, my name is Christian Fischer. I've been in the food industry for over 35 years, owned managed restaurants all over the world. At the height of my career, I managed over 350 locations in the US, managing 3.5 billion in food and beverage. So today I want to share what we did to manage food cost effectively, not just as an organization, how we did it by a restaurant at a time. So we all need to start and understand what is food cost. And we talk about this a lot, that a lot of chefs feel they understand, but they don't. And sometimes the executive chef understands, but not the people which are in his charge. So for me, food cost is really simple. Food cost is the heartbeat of the restaurant's profitability. It's the calculation of all of the expenses you incur for every dish. That's all the ingredients, all the labor, and all the waste. As simple as that. Mastering food cost means that you can balance your quality of meals with the expenses and ensure that every plate contributes to a healthy bottom line. As simple as that. And the impact on that is huge. You heard that 9 out of 10 restaurants fail. And they don't fail because chefs don't make amazing food. They all make amazing food, but they've never really thought about it with all the stuff which goes in it, from HR to designing a restaurant and how to run it, and especially how to control food cost. And chefs usually understand food cost, but we need to do a better job in explaining it and bring the people in our charge on to understand food cost. And it's really, really simple. You have a few ways on how you can efficient ways to control your food cost. The first one is overall menu engineering, and everybody understands that is analyzing menu items. What is the cost of each of the dishes I sell? And what is the profit they bring to the bottom line? Can I do it consistently? And sometimes there's ingredients which have market fluctuation. You need to calculate that in. Also, you need to have a nice balanced mix of high margin profit, low margin profits, and make sure that they kind of coexist and work together in creating a proper food cost. Also, portion size. And portion size, it sounds so simple, but it's not always. For me, portion size is the control the chefs needs to instill in any of his employees, and he needs to practice this himself. So if I have a beautiful steak and I sell it as a 10-ounce, 12-ounce steak, is it consistently 10 or 12 ounce? Your food cost depends on it, and your clients depend on it. Because your client, if he pays for a 12-ounce, you better give him a 12-ounce. If he pays for an 8-ounce, you better give him an 8-ounce. So really, really important that portion control is considered. And then we also need to look at partner relationships. Make sure that the people you have which bring product to your door are consistent, not just with the quality, also with the pricing they demand. And if you have the ability to have a good food cost, it means you have a healthy bottom line. So you can negotiate and maybe get a credit or a rebate if you pay early. I encourage every restaurant to partner with some kind of buying co-op, if it's a GPO, if you get a few of your friends together and manage the buying. It's really important, and it allows you to get consistent product in the door and a consistent price. We don't want chefs to spend too much time and negotiate pricing every day. So negotiate monthly, bi-monthly if you need to, or even weekly, depending on some of those items. So really, really important. And also, if you purchase local, you understand that purchasing local, especially we are here in New England, that it reduces transportation costs and ensures a fresher product for you and your client. So locally sourcing, really, really important. And then also, use some of the different suppliers and ensure that all of them try to give you the best deal. Again, paying them consistently on time will help you negotiate a better price. And you can do this by having a healthy food cost, which drives the profitability of the restaurant. And then we need to manage inventory control. I recommend a weekly inventory because that really helps to drive, checks and balances. If something, is waste and you need to write it off, or if for some reason somebody misplaced something, or if something just wasn't properly cared for, we call it FIFO, first in and first out. Therefore, that should not happen. And with having that inventory control, you can control your waste. And sometimes waste can make or break a restaurant. So proper storage is important. Make sure cold food cold, hot food hot. And then also that you store it properly. Make sure when you have products coming in and they are frozen products, that they don't sit out for too long and defrost, and then you refreeze them. It just really takes havoc on the quality of the product. Also, if you have fresh seafood, make sure you continually ice it down and that you have it in a tray where the water can trip out on the bottom, so you don't have fish sitting in water and soaking up and gets deteriorated over time. So having smart storage solutions really help reducing spoilage and waste, and consistently looking at it. Also, having a proper inventory which allow you to forecast, and with proper forecast, you can get better pricing. And it also is really important when you do all of that to control waste. And you can do this via a simple sheet, or you can then do it with data or electronic. We talk a little bit more about electronic, but rotating products daily, proper storing, proper prepping it, not over prepping, and not having something sit out for a long time and you think you get to prep it and you never get to actually do it. And then also utilize specials to get rid of some of the items are not at the peak of its perfection. Still make a great dish. Don't give your clients crap. Make sure they still get a great product and you can rotate and use specials and other stuff out of it. I'm classically French trained, and everything we can sell goes in the stock, and we make stocks and sauces out of it. So do that. Really, really important. And then also around waste reduction, you need to train your staff. And not just how to prep and how to store, is how to receive product. Where does it go when you put it in walk-in? Do you have chicken on top and then it's dripping chicken juice all over the other stuff? Proper storage, proper layout, proper temperature, really, really important. And then also prep in small portion. Don't bring out 40 pounds and have it sit out there while you prep 10. So really, really important. Employee training, I feel, is the number one key for your success. The more people look out for a product, the more chances you have that it's being done right. Proper training is not just you do once. It's like a gym. You need to do it daily. You need to make sure that you do it properly. And as things evolve and as things change, that you take advantage of what's new in the industry. And you can leverage technology over that. You can have BOS systems which spit out, this is the amount of sales I had, this is the purchase I had, this is what I should have in inventory. It also helps you with inventory management. There's some really phenomenal products out there, and we use a few from all over the world, but the best food cost control software or system is the one you use. It doesn't matter if you have an amazing system and you never use it. With the best training manual is the one you use. The best food cost control is what you use. The best inventory system is the one you use. And I have a really good friend of mine, old classical trained European. He uses pen and paper, and I can guarantee you he's more accurate than some people with some really good software. So really, really important. And then also costing out menu items. Sometimes chefs take it for granted. Hey, I made this salmon last week and I think it's $7, but you know what? It went up to 9 or 11. Or I chose to buy a higher quality because my clients requested. Make sure that it reflects in the cost of the dish, and then also how do we prep for it and how do we manage. So there's some quick wins, and the quick wins are really simple. You need to simplify the menu, train your staff, train them not just on storing food, on proper portion control, also how to manage waste, and also conduct weekly inventory checklists. I had a chef I worked for many, many years, and if you listen to our podcast, you probably heard me say this a lot. This man never went in the refrigerator. This man never, or at least that I thought at the time working for him, seeing him go in there. But every time there was time to make employee meal, He knew exactly. He says, Christian, there's the pork tenderloin. It's right behind the butter to the right. There's 3 tenderloins. You know exactly what it is. And there's some chanterelle mushrooms. Bring the chanterelle mushrooms because we make a great sauce with it. And I always wondered, how does he know? He never leaves his desk. How does he know that? So, but now knowing him afterwards for many years, after we went home, he took daily inventory. He went through the list every single day. He costed out the menus. He was there and looked at, this is the sales we had, and this was the product specific for one dish, and said, you know what, if I change these 2 vegetables, or if I change the starch, you know what, I can make a better experience for the client, and I can also reduce food cost 50 cents here, a dollar there. Makes all the impact. And he was extremely, extremely disciplined about it. And he did it all the time. So just a quick recap, and I know today this is a quick one. So food cost control is really simple. Remember, it's the heartbeat of every restaurant's profitability. So you start out with menu engineering, make sure you have portion control, that you have the proper menu offerings, make sure that you don't serve items which are out of season. Also then that you have proper supplier relationship, negotiate prices, make sure you source local wherever you can, and have multiple suppliers that they compete against each other. And then we talk about inventory management. Have regular inventory audits. Make sure you practice FIFO, first in, first out, and have smart storage solution. Really, really important. And then finally, we need to overlay that we track waste. And then how do you use creatively your ingredients? And then how do we manage our employees and train our employees about all the things we talked about? And you can leverage technology for that. And that is as simple as the process is to manage food cost. So really, really important. And remember, controlling food cost is not just about the cost of food. It's about saving money. It's about creating a sustainable and a profitable solution and future for your establishment and for your restaurant. So I hope you get to practice this. If you have any questions, please hit us up below. My name is Christian. Until next time, remember to disrupt the kitchen, fire up your career, stay hungry for change. I'm the Disruptive Chef Entrepreneur host. I'm signing off for today. So be the challenge, be the chef who sets the world on fire. Until our next episode, go out there and disrupt the industry.